Hello and welcome to the New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary, direct from our assignment desk, otherwise known as my compost heap. Let's see what stories we're working on this hour. Well, I'm about to do something really brave, big and bad, and for justice, I'm going to put a mask on my face and then pick on the most vulnerable people I can find with government power. Actually, I'm not going to do that. That's what ICE agents, Immigrant Customs Enforcement, federal agents did in the Hill this week. They thought they were so big and bad and tough and brave. They pulled onto Frank Street. They put on their masks. They took out any identification of who they were, and they waited for a 37-year-old woman, Mexican immigrant, to come out with her two young children to take them to school and then to her factory job. Boy, what dangerous people they are. And these ICE agents boxed them in. They came out all tough with their masks and then pulled this woman away to arrest her in front of her crying young children. That wasn't brave. They're coward punks, and we don't need them in New Haven. We are building a better community despite their efforts. I'll tell you who was brave. The woman's 13-year-old daughter, that same day while the family's being traumatized, she shows up at a rally downtown with hundreds of New Havers speaking out like people all around the country against these thuggish, authoritarian immigration tactics. And she told the story, held back the tears, as long as she could, about her family being terrorized and pleading for a more just nation. Uh-oh, I got a letter from the Livable City Initiative, LCI, must be in deep doo-doo. Oh wait, no, this is just reminding me to make sure the grass doesn't get over 6 inches. You know, more important letters come about blight violations and the slumlords who are wrecking our neighborhoods. There's a new proposal from LCI to change the rules about letters. Right now, they have to send certified letters before they can take action and pile up those fines for blight violations. Liam Brennan, the head of the agency, said there are at least 18 properties in town owned by problem landlords where they haven't been able to get started because the landlords don't sign for the certified letters that have to be sent, or they have a P.O. box, they can't pick it up, or they can't even be found. Hopefully this proposal will be changed where they can just send them a letter and start the process going. Also, proposal to up the fines and prevent retaliation against tenants who report bad conditions. Way to go, good direction. Well, those Velcro and bike helmet folks, but even more pedestrians, are being helped by a policy that New Haven's traffic department is trying to put in place, which is to make two-way the currently one-way street of Chapel Street between College and York. Now, this is supposed to happen weeks ago. The signs were up, happening in a couple of days, but they forgot to go to the Traffic Authority, which is also a police commission, to get approval, which they need to do. So after this was supposed to happen, the Traffic Authority said, no, you can't do this yet, you need our approval. Come back a month later and give us specific numbers and evidence that this is gonna help. So a month went by, we thought it was gonna happen, then they had another meeting this week, and the Traffic Authority said, wait a second, you didn't answer our questions, you gave us general answers, but not the numbers. Yale Police Department came and said, we're part of this downtown too, we try to keep things safe, and you didn't ask our opinion, we're not sure it's gonna make it better. Now, I applaud the Ellick administration for all the different ways it's pursuing traffic calming and alternate forms of transportation. This is great. And I also think there's a good reason we have this process in place so that before we try stuff, we also think about unintended consequences. So let's keep moving forward with it, see what happens next. Fairhaven, where Fairhaven Community Health is going strong. They cut a ribbon this week, a much bigger ribbon than this. It had to be big because Fairhaven Community Health has been around for more than 50 years, great community institution, has completed a 35,600 square foot new headquarters on Grand Avenue. They're going to be able to see tens of thousands more patients than they already are. This is more needed than ever at a time when there are Medicaid cuts looming, when there's a budget about to be passed, the slices help for the poor, when undocumented immigrants, many of whom live in Fairhaven, are under attack. Fairhaven Health has been there, and it's there more and more, and it's going into a new era. So we can get through this, folks. We're in some tough times, but there is a joy in working together to stand up for what we believe in. Until next time, this is the New Haven Independent Vlog News Summary. Remember, always pick up your trash and recycle it while we still can.